Hello and welcome back with me on Star Trek Fleet Command, and we're going more into some more news today. We're going to be talking about a few different things that have been sort of said in the community by Echo, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to go with Echo because that's how it's pronounced in English. But you can also argue it's Eco because ecosystem. I get it, it's fine, but we'll go with whatever. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, moving into what has been said. I do apologize in the background. It was probably going to be pretty boring. It's probably just my bass and stuff like that. There's not going to be much in the background as I can't show you what we're actually talking about entirely. But yeah, we're going to be looking into what he said. So basically, a few months ago, Rev Juice made a sort of spreadsheet and put it out to the community for people to fill in to what they think is the most outdated events or type of mechanics, so on and so on. And basically everyone's voted on that. Over 9,000 people responded to it, which is not a huge amount in the grand scheme of things, but it's still a substantial amount of people. So yeah, there's a lot of different categories and different things. And basically it got addressed yesterday by Echo. So we're going to be looking at, or Eco, we're going to be looking at the different things that he addressed. So he came out and said, thank you for doing it, blah, blah, blah. And then he came out and said that the G4 mining nodes at the beginning of Strange New Worlds update, we already added additional G4 mining nodes, which I announced after the patch notes in the Discord, which was one of the things that on the list. However, when you're looking at the different things on the list, the G4 mining nodes, it's not even one of the most popular things. I mean, it's relatively up there. I'd say it's within the top, certainly within the top 10 things that people had a problem with, but it's definitely not the top 5. And then moving on to transporter patterns, he then said, we recently updated with brand new officers based on the community response. Or requests. We've continued to additional updates in the future. I mean, I'm going to show you the officers that they put into this if people haven't got any maxed out officers yet, which you might not, you might not have them, so you might not be able to see these different officers. The officers that he's on about is these three here, which is William T. Riker, Seller, and 3 of 11. The only one out of these three that are actually any decent is 3 of 11. And quite frankly, that is it. No idea why Seller's in here because, to be honest, she's pointless. And there's many other officers that would definitely do with being in this type of sort of realm. Same with Riker. Again, a pointless officer that could have been taken by someone else that has more relevance. But that's basically all he said on that. I'm not taking it out on him or anything but I'm just sort of indicating that, they say in the cover and this stuff, but by what, putting really crap officers that no one's ever going to use in there. Yeah, cheers, thanks, nice one. Okay, moving on. So additionally, we just this past weekend we put out a Chen and Talan pack based on popular demand. So that obviously is to do with the sales. I don't know. I never personally seen it because I never played this last weekend. So whether it was in there or not, I wouldn't have even known, if I'm honest. But if it was, then okay. Apparently people have been wanting that because they're obviously the two main officers that you're going to use as part of your hostile crew. As you can see here, you got Talan or you're going to use Chen. So having them as a sales sort of side of stuff, I understand where they're going with that so that people can progress down that much, much quicker. But whatever. I mean, you get them relatively quickly anyway, maxed out. Certainly within the first year of playing the game, if you play regularly, that is. Okay, so this is the main part of the update now of what he said they've addressed and what's coming to the game in the next few, hopefully weeks, maybe the next month. So there are 2 community hot topics we'd like to announce now. One of them is the Cosmic Cleanup. So the Cosmic Cleanup is now going to run every single Saturday, regardless to if the Battle Pass is active or not. So every Saturday, I did do a video on the Cosmic Cleanup, and I did indicate that it run every Saturday. I was mistaken. It only runs every Saturday providing the Arc was on. However, now that video is actually relevant because it does actually run every Saturday from now on because they've actually updated it. The only thing within that, I feel like it would be a good update. I can't show you because it's not Saturday. I might do a video on it tomorrow and a little bit of a sort of update on it tomorrow. The only thing that I would like to have seen or see in the Cosmic Cleanup store, because you can get obviously the 5 different ships. Them ships are the Vidar, the Discovery, the Sarcophagus. Don't bother getting. You can get the Franklin, and the last one is the Amalgam, which is the latest ship out of all 5 of them. So they're the 5 ships that you can get in that store. What I personally would like to have seen from that store is maybe just allow people to get blueprints for other ships. Because at the end of the day, you're only getting 8 blueprints for some of the ships, 5 for others. I mean, the level 34 ships, for example, if you get to level 34, then 3 ships should appear. Every ship should appear in that store and say, if you complete the event, you can spend your 100 tokens on getting, say, even if it's only something like, if it's a level 34 blueprint ship, get 5 blueprints for it each week. It's going to take you a monstrous amount of time to even max that ship out. So just introduce them types of things into the game. I don't understand why they constantly keep bottlenecking us when it comes to the faction credits and stuff like that, having to use your faction credits to unlock the ships and giving you no other means of unlocking the ships in this game, because it costs an absolute fortune. And if you're anyone like me, you do like collecting every single ship, regardless of what tier it is. Put them in the goddamn store, the Cosmic Cleanup, and just make it a 5 blueprints. I mean, it's still going to take you a monstrous amount of weeks of saving your faction credits, doing the Cosmic Cleanup, but at least it gives you a little bit of a boost every week towards whichever ship you're grinding towards. Like, put the jellyfish in there, but only make it unlock once you get to the level required for that specific ship. So if the ship can't be built until your ops level, say, I don't know, what's the next one for me? Ops level 41, then I can't see that ship until I get to ops level 41 in that store. That's how I would personally do it. But at least it gives you the opportunity to collect more blueprints, whilst you're at the level of the ship you need or want. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Please leave your thoughts down below, what you think, whether you think I'm completely just blowing it out of proportion here, or whether you think you agree with me and you think that should include them ships as well. Because once you've got all 5 ships, I mean, the store is completely irrelevant, in my opinion. I mean, there's a few things you can go for to try and get, say, rare Armada tokens, but it's completely irrelevant, really, and to be honest, makes absolutely no sense. I mean, I have all 5 ships now, and it's a complete waste of time. There's really no point in me doing it, but I do it anyway because, reasons, I guess. Anyway, and then the next big one, which is probably the biggest out of this entire update, is going to be the refinery change. So in the coming month, so he has said month, so I'm talking about the rest of this month, i.e. July, I'm going to guess. In the coming month, we will be increasing the refinery output, doesn't specify by how much. Additionally, we will be hosting a bonus refinery monthly, like they did last month, that ran for a week. I don't know how long this is going to last for, the bonus refinery, because again, doesn't state. But if it runs for a week again, I'll be absolutely made up. The only downside is it means you got to go and mine an absolute butt ton of stuff prior to getting these, obviously making sure these events run so that you don't miss out on, too much. Because you should be running, when the events come round, you should be pulling a minimum of probably 2 chests each time, unless you have the premium sort of refinery stuff where you can hit 3 chests for the same price of 2. You should be running them though, in my opinion. And then it just says, we'd like to thank you all for your feedback and the passionate, caring members of the community. We hope this is a start of continued open to two-way communication, and I am looking forward to being your emissary in the future. So thank you very much for that update, Eco, whatever you want to call yourself. Thank you very much for that. That is much appreciated. And yes, please let me know your thoughts down below. That is the update that we did get yesterday. Let me know your thoughts down below. I've sort of stressed what my thoughts are. The refineries needed an update for the last 3 years. So it's nice to see it's coming. I don't know what it's going to go to because obviously it didn't state. And obviously having the monthly bonus refinery, which is something that I'm sure I spoke about literally about a year, maybe even 2 years ago of doing content on this channel. And you could probably go back maybe a year to 18 months and probably find it somewhere, you know. I'm not saying do that, but I have been speaking about doing sort of something like that, and finally they're bringing it to the game. So thankfully they are bringing it, which is good. That is good news. And the refinery being updated again is good news, because again, that is another topic that is outdated. However, they didn't cover all the topics. I mean, some of the things that they didn't even look on, literally didn't even look at, didn't even mention, was the 10, 4, and 24-hour chests. That was the community's biggest gripe that needs updating because it's completely outdated. Completely agree. Didn't get spoke about. The PvP and the PvE chests, again, the second biggest, didn't get spoken about. What else we got? Swarm Sundays needs updating with regards, and I spoke about this literally last week, or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I spoke about this 2 weeks ago. That was the third biggest, didn't get mentioned. The fourth biggest was the generators and the vaults, i.e. how irrelevant they are. And again, I've spoke about these before, about they should just keep ticking over and allowing you to click it whenever they get full and just add it straight in. There shouldn't be time. There shouldn't be locked to when you go over the certain capacity that they just stop, because it's completely irrelevant now. They don't do anything for you. They're completely crap in my opinion. So that was that's 1, 2, 3. That was the fourth, which again didn't talk about, and then the fifth one, which, to be fair, they did talk about, which was the G4 mining nodes. That was the fifth one in the list, I believe. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, Cosmic Cleanup was the fifth one, which they just addressed. So they didn't even talk or even reference thinking about the top 4 things that people have a problem with in this game. And yet they spoke about 2 different ones which are in the top 10, but they're not the top 4 that people actually want. And if they address that top 4, I feel like the whole we're listening to the community vibe would actually be sort of acknowledged a little bit more. But anyway, I'm sort of digressing. The video's gone on long enough of me moaning about it. What do you know? What are your thoughts down below? Leave it down below. Head over to Discord. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, comment. Do all them things. They all help me massively. Liking the video is probably the most important thing. If you want to support the channel, make sure you hit that like button, YouTube, and all that good stuff. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you next time. Fly safe. Bye-bye for now.